Have you ever imagined that radiation, yes, gamma radiation, could actually make your food smarter, safer, and more nutritious? Today on For Science Salah Lotfy channel, we are unlocking one of the most surprising scientific breakthroughs. How a simple dose of gamma rays can supercharge the famous Moringa plant, turning it into a powerful, high-performance feed for healthier, stronger animals. A team of Egyptian researchers tested Moringa at different radiation levels, 10, 15, and 20 kilogray. And what happened next was astonishing. Anti-nutritional compounds dropped sharply, antioxidants shot upward, growth rates skyrocketed, and blood tests stayed perfectly safe. Imagine improving livestock performance without chemicals, without heat, without altering the natural goodness of the plant, just using clean, precise radiation technology already available here in Egypt. This is not science fiction. This is real research, real data, and real impact for nutrition, agriculture, and food security. And today, we are breaking it all down in a way you have never seen before. Stay with us. The full story begins right after the break, only on For Science Salah Lotfy channel.
Welcome to For Science Salah Lotfy channel, where global scientific research becomes clear and accessible.
هنا نحول الأبحاث العلمية العالمية إلى معرفة مبسطة مترجمة لك بلغتك.
Ici, la science est expliquée et traduite pour tous.
Ciencia clara, accesible y disponible en varios idiomas.
Wissenschaft, verständlich und mehrsprachig für jeden.
قناة For Science Salah Lotfy channel. العلم للجميع وبجميع اللغات. تابعنا لاكتشاف المزيد.
Every scientific discovery starts with a question, but the real value lies in understanding how that answer was reached. Trust in science depends on knowing who did the research and where it was published. This trust is the foundation of reliable knowledge. Today, we explore a study in animal nutrition, specifically how a unique plant and a modern technology might improve rabbit health. The research is titled, Influence of Irradiated Moringa Oleifera Leaf Meal as Dietary Supplement on Some Serum Biochemical Parameters of Growing Rabbits. Moringa is known for its nutrition. Irradiation is a technique to enhance food safety. The study's title tells us exactly what was tested, the effects of irradiated moringa on rabbits. Details like the authors and publication venue anchor the research in credibility. Peer review ensures findings are reliable, not just interesting. Before diving into the results, it's essential to meet the researchers and understand the institutions and journal behind the work. This context transforms a simple result into a trustworthy discovery. By appreciating the framework around the research, we gain deeper respect for the results. It's not just about facts, it's about the journey to those facts. Understanding this background gives us confidence in what we're about to learn. Let's take a closer look at the people and places behind this study. Only then can we truly appreciate the science. Now let's begin our exploration. The core question, can gamma irradiation make moringa leaf meal a better food for growing rabbits? Moringa is packed with nutrients but also contains anti-nutritional factors that limit its benefits. Gamma irradiation is a proven method to reduce these unwanted compounds in food. If successful, this could mean healthier rabbits and more sustainable farming. The researchers tested whether irradiated moringa improved rabbit health by analyzing their blood. This isn't just theory, it's a practical experiment with real-world implications. The goal, transform a good feed into a great one using science. The answer would come from careful observation, not speculation. This study could pave the way for better animal nutrition worldwide. Behind this study is a team of accomplished Egyptian scientists. Professor Dr. Ali Mohammed Abdul Azim Isa, from the National Center for Radiation Research and Technology, led the project with expertise in nuclear sciences. Assistant Professor Safa Abdul Wahab contributed her knowledge of radiation's effects on organic materials, ensuring precise application of gamma irradiation. Dr. Emil Mansour handled the biochemical analysis, measuring how the rabbits' bodies responded to the diets. Professor Dr. Isama Abdelmunrim, from Zagazig University's Faculty of Veterinary Medicine, oversaw animal welfare and interpreted the health data. Each expert brought a unique skill set, from radiation technology to animal health. Their collaboration ensured scientific rigor at every step. This diverse expertise made the study both innovative and reliable. The team's combined knowledge bridged the gap between nuclear science and animal nutrition. Their work set the stage for meaningful results. This research was possible thanks to a partnership between the National Center for Radiation Research and Technology and Zagazig University. NCRRT provided the technology and expertise in gamma irradiation. Zagazig University contributed deep knowledge of animal health and nutrition. Together, they combined physics and biology to tackle a complex problem. This collaboration allowed for a more ambitious and comprehensive study. By joining forces, the institutions ensured both technical precision and practical relevance. Their teamwork is a model for solving real-world challenges through interdisciplinary science. The result, a study grounded in both innovation and practical application. The study was published in the Arab Journal of Nuclear Sciences and Applications, a peer-reviewed journal. Peer review means independent experts scrutinize the research for accuracy and validity. The journal's focus on nuclear science made it the perfect venue for this work. Publication here signals the research met high scientific standards. With credible authors, strong institutional support, and rigorous peer review, the study stands on solid ground. Now, we're ready to see what happens when science meets animal nutrition. Let's discover what irradiated moringa means for the future of feeding rabbits and beyond. Big problems can feel overwhelming, but science gives us the tools to break them down and solve them step by step. It's like being a detective for the natural world. Observe, hypothesize, test, and discover. This process has led to innovations like flight, disease cures, and instant global communication. For example, keeping food fresh was a centuries-old challenge, until science gave us pasteurization and refrigeration. Today, we face new challenges, like feeding a growing population sustainably. Science is once again lighting the way, offering creative solutions. Let's look at a real-world example, a remarkable plant, a farming challenge, and a clever solution using gamma rays. This story shows how scientists can take a nearly perfect, natural resource and make it even better. We're heading to Egypt, where scientists saw both promise and limitation in a plant called Moringa, and used science to unlock its full potential. Let's dive in. Meet Moringa Oleifera, the miracle tree. Fast-growing, drought-resistant, and packed with nutrients. It's a potential game-changer for farmers, offering local nutrition and income. Using moringa as animal feed could reduce reliance on expensive imports and boost food security. But there's a catch. Moringa contains anti-nutritional factors, compounds like tannins and phytates that block animals from absorbing its nutrients. This limitation has kept moringa from being a perfect feed solution. Scientists saw the challenge. Could they neutralize these compounds without destroying the good stuff? Traditional methods like boiling use lots of energy and can destroy nutrients. The quest began for a smarter, more efficient way to unlock moringa's full power. The solution? Gamma irradiation, a safe modern technology used for decades to sterilize food and medical equipment. Unlike chemicals or heat, gamma rays break down anti-nutritional compounds without harming valuable nutrients. Think of it as molecular scissors, snipping away the bad while preserving the good. Egypt already has the facilities and expertise for this process, making it practical and cost-effective. The scientists' goal, find the just right dose of radiation to maximize nutrition and safety. Too little and anti-nutrients remain. Too much and nutrients are lost. Careful testing would reveal the optimal balance. This is science in action, methodical, precise, and focused on real-world impact. To test their idea, scientists prepared batches of moringa leaf meal, some untreated, others exposed to different doses of gamma rays. They fed these to groups of rabbits, monitoring growth, health, and nutrient absorption. One group got standard feed, another got untreated moringa, and others received irradiated moringa at various doses. Over several weeks, they tracked weight gain, food efficiency, and health markers. Blood tests checked for safety, while digestibility studies measured how well nutrients were absorbed. By comparing results, scientists could link specific radiation doses to improvements in nutrition and health. This careful experiment showed exactly how gamma irradiation transformed moringa into a better animal feed. The results were clear and reliable. Science had made a measurable difference. The results were a breakthrough. Gamma irradiation reduced anti-nutritional factors and even boosted beneficial antioxidants in moringa. Rabbits fed irradiated moringa grew faster, absorbed more nutrients, and stayed healthy. The process was safe. No negative health effects were found. For Egypt, this means farmers can use local moringa to produce high-quality, affordable animal feed. It reduces dependence on imports, strengthens the economy, and supports food security. This story is a powerful example of science turning a local resource into a sustainable solution. By investing in curiosity and innovation, we build a better future for everyone. That's the power of science in action. Among nature's wonders, the moringa tree stands out as a true miracle, packed with nutrients, resilient, and a lifeline for communities across Africa and Asia. Its leaves, pods, and seeds are loaded with essential vitamins, minerals, and proteins, making it a nutritional powerhouse for both people and animals. Farmers and scientists have long seen its potential as a natural supplement for livestock, promising healthier animals and better food for all. But there's a catch. Moringa leaves also contain anti-nutritional factors, natural compounds that block animals from absorbing all those nutrients. These compounds, while protecting the plant, limit how much moringa can be safely used in animal feed. The challenge? Unlocking moringa's full potential by removing these barriers without destroying its valuable nutrients. Traditional methods like boiling or soaking aren't precise and can waste vitamins. Scientists needed a modern, gentle solution to target the problem compounds while preserving the good. Their answer came not from chemistry, but from physics, a tool that could transform this already incredible plant. The quest to refine moringa for animal nutrition was about to take a leap forward. Could science help this miracle tree truly live up to its name? The answer lay in harnessing the invisible power of energy itself. Anti-nutritional factors like tannins, saponins, and phytic acid are the plant's natural defenses, but they pose a real problem for animal nutrition. Tannins bind to proteins, making them hard to digest. Saponins can upset digestion and even discourage animals from eating the leaves. Phytic acid locks away vital minerals like calcium and iron, making them unavailable to the animal. The result? Even with all its nutrients, moringa's benefits are limited by these compounds. Farmers can't use as much moringa as they'd like, and animals miss out on its full value. Traditional processing methods often destroy good nutrients along with the bad. Scientists needed a precise, modern approach to neutralize these barriers, without collateral damage. That's where the power of energy, not chemicals, offered a breakthrough. Enter gamma irradiation, a process where dried moringa leaves are exposed to controlled gamma rays. This energy breaks down anti-nutritional factors like tannins and phytic acid, but leaves the good nutrients intact. Unlike heat treatments, gamma irradiation works at room temperature, preserving delicate vitamins and proteins. Remarkably, it can even boost the leaves' antioxidant power by breaking larger compounds into more active forms. The process is safe, the leaves don't become radioactive, and decades of research confirm its reliability. Used worldwide to sterilize food and medical equipment, gamma irradiation is endorsed by global health organizations. For moringa, it's a clean, efficient way to unlock more nutrition. Scientists now had a tool to refine the miracle tree, without risk, and with the promise of even greater benefits. The next step: put this innovation to the test in the real world. Would animals thrive on this improved moringa? To find out, scientists fed rabbits diets with moringa leaves, some untreated, some treated with different doses of gamma rays. One group got no moringa, while others received leaves with varying irradiation levels. Over several weeks, researchers tracked the rabbits' growth, health, and food intake. The results were striking. Rabbits eating irradiated moringa grew faster and healthier than those on untreated leaves. The highest dose group showed the best growth, proving that neutralizing anti-nutritional factors made a real difference. Health checks confirmed no negative effects. Organs and blood profiles were normal. The process didn't just make moringa safer, it made it more effective. Gamma irradiation had unlocked the plant's full nutritional power, with no harm to the animals. The experiment was a resounding success. This breakthrough showed that science could perfect what nature started. The miracle tree was now even more miraculous. The implications for animal nutrition were clear and exciting. This discovery offers a simple, safe way to boost the value of moringa for farmers everywhere. With gamma irradiation, animals get more nutrition, farmers see better results, and communities benefit from healthier food supplies. For regions where moringa grows abundantly, this technology could transform local agriculture. No expensive imports needed. Healthier livestock means stronger livelihoods and greater food security. The approach could work for other plant feeds too, unlocking resources once limited by natural defenses. It's a modern solution to an age-old problem, refining nature's gifts for a sustainable future. The journey from tree to table is now smarter and greener. By breaking down tiny barriers in a leaf, we can strengthen entire food systems. Sometimes the greatest breakthroughs come from perfecting what nature already provides. The miracle tree's story is just beginning. Hello science fans, today we're diving into a fascinating experiment, but first, let's talk about the how, the materials and methods. In science, this is our recipe. Just like baking, every step and ingredient matters. A detailed plan lets anyone, anywhere, repeat our experiment and check our results. This is what makes science reliable, not just guessing, but following a blueprint. For our experiment, we're testing if gamma rays can make moringa leaves a better food for rabbits. By following the method exactly, we can trust our conclusions. Sharing the how lets other scientists verify and build on our work. Today we'll walk through how the moringa leaves were prepared, how the rabbits were cared for, and what tests were run. Understanding the method is the key to understanding the science. So, let's put on our lab coats and dive into the methods behind the science. Ready? Let's get started. Our story starts with Moringa Oleifera, leaves all sourced from the same local farm for consistency. The leaves were air-dried in the shade to preserve nutrients, then ground into a fine powder. This powder was weighed and sealed in airtight bags to keep it fresh. Next, the powder was taken to a radiation facility, where some bags were exposed to different doses of gamma rays, 10, 20, and 30 kilograms, while others weren't radiated at all. These different treatments let us compare the effects of radiation. Scientists then tested all batches for anti-nutritional factors and antioxidants. Anti-nutritional factors can block nutrient absorption, while antioxidants help protect cells. By measuring these before and after radiation, we see how gamma rays change the moringa powder. This gives us our first clues about whether the treatment is helpful. Every step is about keeping things consistent and measurable. Now, let's see how the rabbits fit into the experiment. On to the next phase. With our moringa powder ready, it was time for the rabbits, 40 healthy 5-week-old New Zealand whites, all about the same size. They were randomly split into 4 groups of 10. The control group got a standard diet. The other 3 got diets with 15% moringa powder, either non-radiated or radiated at 10 or 20 kilograms. This setup lets us compare the effects of moringa and the impact of different radiation doses. All diets were balanced to ensure nutrition was equal, except for the moringa variable. Careful group assignment and diet control mean we can trust any differences we see are from the moringa treatments. It's all about controlling variables. Now, let's look at how the rabbits were cared for. Each rabbit lived in its own clean, ventilated cage, allowing precise tracking of food intake and growth. The environment was carefully controlled for temperature, humidity, and cleanliness. Rabbits had unlimited access to food and water for 8 weeks. Regular cleaning and strict hygiene kept the animals healthy and stress-free. Ethical guidelines were followed at every step. This stable environment ensures any health changes are due to the diet, not outside factors. Good care is the backbone of reliable animal research. Throughout the 8 weeks, each rabbit was weighed weekly to track growth. Scientists measured how much food each rabbit ate and calculated feed conversion, how efficiently food turned into body mass. At the end, blood samples were collected to check red and white blood cell counts, and to analyze serum for proteins, fats, and kidney function. These tests reveal how the diets affected the rabbit's health on a cellular level. In the final week, a digestibility trial was run. All feces were collected and analyzed to see how well nutrients were absorbed. Comparing what went in and what came out shows how digestible each diet was. These measurements give a complete picture of the rabbit's health and nutrition. Every test helps us understand the impact of gamma-radiated moringa. Now, let's see how all this data comes together. Time to crunch the numbers. After weeks of data collection, it's time for analysis. Scientists use statistics, specifically ANOVA, to compare results across all groups. If differences were found, post hoc tests like Duncan's multiple range test pinpointed exactly which groups were different. This rigorous analysis tells us if gamma-radiated moringa made a real difference in rabbit health. By controlling variables and using objective measurements, we can trust our findings. The stage is set. We've built a solid foundation for our results. What did we discover about gamma-radiated moringa and rabbit health? Stay tuned for the answers. Science is all about the method, and now, the results are just ahead. Let's talk about moringa and gamma rays. The moringa tree, often called the miracle tree, is packed with nutrients, protein, vitamins, and minerals. Farmers love it because it's easy to grow and makes a great animal feed when ground into Moringa oleifera leaf meal, or MoLM. But there's a catch. Moringa leaves also contain anti-nutritional factors, compounds like tannins, saponins, and phytates that block nutrient absorption. Think of these anti-nutrients as a wrapper around the good stuff, making it harder for animals to benefit fully. So, how do we remove the wrapper but keep the sandwich? Enter gamma irradiation, a safe, powerful technology used in food science. Scientists expose moringa leaf meal to controlled doses of gamma rays, hoping to break down anti-nutrients without harming the good nutrients. The goal: create a better, safer, and more effective animal feed. Rabbits, a key protein source worldwide, were chosen for the experiment. If we can help rabbits grow healthier and faster, it's a win for farmers and food security. By treating moringa leaf meal with gamma rays, scientists aim to unlock its full potential. Would this new feed improve rabbit growth, food efficiency, and health? That's the big question. Let's dive into the results and see what science discovered. Spoiler: it's pretty awesome. Science isn't just about solving problems, it's about making good things even better. Ready to see how? Let's go. Science rules. So, what happened when scientists zapped moringa leaf meal with gamma rays? The results were impressive. Anti-nutrients dropped significantly as the gamma dose increased. Tannins, saponins, and phytates, the main blockers, were all reduced. Gamma rays acted like tiny scissors, breaking down these compounds and freeing up nutrients. At the highest dose, 10 kg, the reduction was dramatic. Protein became more available, minerals like calcium and phosphorus were unlocked, and the feed became easier to digest. The process didn't just reduce anti-nutrients, it transformed the feed. Imagine the gamma rays as a key unlocking a treasure chest of nutrition. The rabbits could finally access all the good stuff inside. This breakthrough means moringa can be an even better supplement for animal feed. It's a simple physical process with powerful results. By removing the wrapper, scientists made the nutritious sandwich inside much easier for animals to enjoy. This is a huge step forward for animal nutrition. Science in action. But wait, did gamma rays destroy the good stuff? Actually, they did the opposite. Antioxidants, the body's superheroes, increased after irradiation. Scientists measured higher levels of total phenols and flavonoids in the treated moringa. Gamma rays broke down complex plant compounds, releasing powerful antioxidants. It's like unlocking a secret compartment of health benefits. For rabbits, this means a stronger immune system and better protection from disease. The feed didn't just lose its drawbacks, it gained extra benefits. The process turned moringa into a high-performance, health-boosting powerhouse, reducing anti-nutrients and boosting antioxidants. A double win. This is how technology can enhance nature, not just fix its flaws. The result: a feed that's not only safer, but also more nutritious. Science can surprise us in the best ways. That's the magic of innovation. Let's see what this meant for the rabbits. Did the supercharged moringa actually help the rabbits? Absolutely. Rabbits fed irradiated moringa grew faster and gained more weight than those on regular feed. All groups ate about the same amount, but the irradiated group converted food into body weight much more efficiently. This is measured by feed conversion ratio, FCR. Lower is better, and the irradiated group had the best FCR. Why? With anti-nutrients reduced, rabbits absorbed more protein, fiber, and fat. Their digestive systems worked less, but got more out of every bite. More nutrients went to building muscle and energy, not wasted. For farmers, this means bigger, healthier animals without extra feed costs. It's a win for efficiency and sustainability. The experiment proved that gamma rays made a real measurable difference. Not just theory, real-world results. Better digestion, better growth, better outcomes. Science delivered. That's what progress looks like. Let's check on the rabbit's health. Growth is great, but what about health? Scientists ran thorough health checks, blood tests, organ function, everything. The results: all values were normal, no negative side effects, gamma irradiation was safe, no harm to organs, no stress on the animals. The rabbits were not just bigger, but perfectly healthy. Farmers can trust this process for animal well-being. The benefits continued. Carcass quality improved too. Rabbits fed irradiated Moringa had better meat yields and more valuable cuts. More high-quality meat from the same animal, another win for farmers. Every measure, health, growth, meat quality, showed positive results. No downsides, only upsides. This intervention worked at every stage of rabbit growth and health. Safe, effective, and game-changing. Let's see what this means for the future. So, what does this all mean for the future of farming? We started with Moringa, a natural, sustainable resource. Anti-nutrients were a hurdle, but gamma irradiation solved it. The process reduced the bad, boosted the good, and transformed animal feed. Rabbits grew faster, healthier, and produced better meat, all safely. This technology is a game-changer for farmers, especially in developing regions. Moringa is easy to grow. Irradiation makes it even more valuable. More protein, better food security, and improved farmer profits. It's a win for animals, farmers, and communities. Science turned a good idea into a great solution. Responsible innovation can make agriculture more efficient and sustainable. Gamma irradiation unlocks the full potential of plants like Moringa. The future of farming is brighter thanks to science. Imagine the possibilities. And with that, we come to the end of this deep scientific journey. Before we close, it is important to extend our appreciation to the remarkable research team whose work made this episode possible. We sincerely thank Professor Dr. Ali Mohammed Abdulazim Isa, Professor of Biochemistry and Nutrition at Food Irradiation Research Department, National Center for Radiation Research and Technology, Egyptian Atomic Energy Authority, and corresponding author, Assistant Professor Safa Abdul Wahab, Assistant Professor of Biochemistry at Food Irradiation Research Department, National Center for Radiation Research and Technology, Egyptian Atomic Energy Authority. Dr. Amal Mansour, Lecturer at Food Irradiation Research Department, National Center for Radiation Research and Technology, Egyptian Atomic Energy Authority. Professor Dr. Osama Abdel Monam, Professor at Department of Animal Production, Faculty of Agriculture, Zagazig University, and former Dean of the Faculty of Agriculture, Zagazig University. Their collective effort, scientific precision, and dedication to advancing knowledge in nutrition, irradiation technology, and animal health have produced a study of real value for Egypt and for the broader scientific community. To all of you watching on For Science Salah Lotfy channel, thank you for your time, your curiosity, and your constant support. We would love to hear your thoughts. What part of the research interested you the most? How do you see irradiated Moringa impacting agriculture and food security in Egypt? Share your opinions, insights, and questions in the comments below. Your interaction helps us continue bringing high-quality scientific content to everyone. Until our next scientific exploration, stay curious, stay informed, and stay connected with For Science Salah Lotfy channel.